Hold up. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step. I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bet.
Welcome back, y'all. This is the Double M Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jesus Dinero, here with my co-host,
Puma El Gato.
What do we got going on tonight, my man?
Roly Romero could very well be on track to become the first email unified champion. Let's talk about it.
So listen, Roly Romero has gotten an extreme bout of good luck as of late. Of course, he became champion, as Devin Haney and many others have said, email champion and the such. And he very recently beat Ryan Garcia. Now, that wasn't luck. He did beat Ryan Garcia by skill. But now we have a question that a lot of people are starting to ask, and I'm actually thinking it might become a reality. There's a very good chance that Roly Romero is going to be a unified champion. Now, what does that really entail as far as Roly Romero being champion? Well, there's a number of people in his division that Roly Romero actually does stand a chance up against. And it's funny because not too long ago, we were all talking about Roly Romero in the sense of this man should probably start looking at something else to do. He's not really that much of a boxer. A lot of people are saying, listen, man, after getting his butt beat by Barroso and being a 40-year-old dude, basically being, on his way out, getting that beat down that he did and so on and so forth, number of losses, lost streak, all that good stuff. People were basically saying, hey, man, he might want to call it a career. But now we're at the point where this man, just 2-3 months later, is looking like he could potentially be unified champion. It's interesting, man, because I'll be honest with you, I was one of the people that was talking about this man potentially needing to get a bounce back. If he didn't get a bounce back right before the Ryan Garcia fight, I said if he doesn't get this dub, he might want to start thinking about his life options. And now here we are, more than likely because he beat Ryan Garcia, he's going to get a bigger payday than he did in their first fight. And because of that, that could potentially lead to other big things for Roly Romero, including being unified champion. It's interesting. Because like I said, we were all talking about this man being on his way out, so on and so forth. And in such a short period of time, it's looking like this man's one of the top champions. As weird as that is to say, I personally don't consider Roly Romero a technically gifted boxer by any means. He's more of he throws punches, and if they land, they land. So it's definitely interesting where we're at now with, again, the sentence. Roly Romero could be a unified champion. Intense, man. Intense. What do you think about that, my man?
Yo, man, it is absolutely insane what is transpired, especially from the ring card that happened in May. Not only getting the belt from Ryan Garcia, but now, as of recently, like you just said, Boots Ennis actually is making his way up to welterweight division. So the WBA actually decided to vacate Boots from that title. And they said because Roly Romero was actually in line for contendership, they basically just said, hey, you want the belt? And he's like, yeah, sure. Why wouldn't you deny a free belt like that? I understand everybody's going to have their reservations. And Devin Haney being the shining person that's now been calling Roly Romero the email champ, which is funny coming from Devin Haney. As far as email champions, he's definitely the last person to be talking about that sort of thing. Ever since the ring card happened, Roly Romero went on IG Live to basically air out his grievances, allegations against the Turkey Al-Sheikh, which as far as we know is unfounded, so we're basically taking Roly at his word here, alleging that this is going to be him burning down basically what Turkey Al-Sheikh has been trying to do in boxing. And look, whether you have your feelings towards Turkey Al-Sheikh, whether you have your feelings about Roly Romero, that kind of pales into, look, he got the belt from Ryan, a fight that nobody expected him to win. He now all of a sudden has another belt just handed to him. Whether your feelings on Roly Romero are sound or not, I think the boxing gods are now starting to look at Roly Romero and saying, hey, let's give him some utensils, let's give him the spices, and hey, let's let this man cook. And if this is Roly Romero's revenge tour, if this is going to be the spark that's going to have him become a unified champion, dubious or not, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of here for it. I'm kind of here for the new era of a Roly Romero, especially if he's going to make his way towards unified champion. I'm kind of tuned in for this. I'm kind of tuned in for this entire arc that Roly Romero has been on as of late.
Yeah, man, listen, I'm looking at the current welterweight champions. Roly Romero is a WBA regular champion. Then we have Mario Barrios, which, I'll be honest with you, that fight goes on, Roly can take that. We just did a video about how Mario Barrios is not that guy. But I guess he might be in talks for at least Pac-Man has said that he's interested in a rematch. Apart from them, Drum, Boots, Innis, which Rolly doesn't stand a chance there. The IBF is vacant. Another option for Rolly to become unified champion. And then finally we have Brian Norman Jr. And I'll be honest with you, in the fight between him and Rolly, I actually have Brian Norman Jr. winning. I think Brian Norman Jr. is a lot better than people give him credit for, even though there's been times where he's looked shaky. But listen, there's at least 2 avenues right there. Again, vacant IBF title and WBC, Mario Barrios is champion. It's crazy, man, that a fight, which Pac-Man just fought in against Mario Barrios, can be the potential. It's weird putting Rolly in the same category as potential champion as Manny Pacquiao. It's insane, man. But it just goes to show you how quickly, again, a 2-3 month period changes the landscape in boxing, man. Again, 2 valid options there for Rolly to become unified champion. Mario Barrios, I'll be honest with you, I think it'd be an easy win for Roly Romero. And then there's a vacant title at the IBF, which we could potentially have Roly fight for in against somebody else. Depending on who that would be, it would depend on how he would do. But listen, we saw the people talking about the discussion of Roly potentially being unified, so we thought it'd be an interesting topic. What do you guys think? You guys think Roly Romero would be a great unified champion? Again, we were clowning on dude months back because of his losing streak, because getting his butt beat by a 40-plus-year-old, all these things. But now the man's making a comeback, like it or not. And listen, we can all make fun of Roly Romero, which, we've done, even though I personally said I like the kid. All that kind of stuff. But, again, the path to being a unified champion, which, keep in mind, very few people have done, is open for Rolly to get it done. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll keep a closer look on this. Again, it looks like Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao might run it back again. I'll be honest with you, if I was Rolly, I'd stay away from Boots and even Brian Norman Jr. I'd stay away from both of them. But again, there's an IBF chance there. And if Mario Barrios can manage to squeak by and defend his title once more against Pac-Man, I definitely do think he could be Mario Barrios. But we'll see what happens, man. It'll be an interesting time. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.